until they can get through it, because depression is so real with the holidays going through and everything else. And some people didn't even make it to New Year's, or made it to New Year's and didn't even get past the first. So I can't even imagine what transpired then. As I said before, for anyone who didn't get the opportunity to hear, we do have a Quad Divas radio station that we're so excited about.
So excited. Yay. We put in a lot of work. I wonder, I'm just going to put this out here. How did the breakdown happen for can't come to nobody, anyone anymore? Where did the breakdown, where it happened, because we have the suicide rate is real, and it's starting. Kids are contemplating suicide at 6 years old, at 5. They young talking about suicide. You haven't even lived your life yet.
And that's the one thing. Like at that particular time, what she was basically saying was she was going through her own demons. You're right. You condemn you. That is true. But she was having her own demons. She was having her own moments. She was going through her life. Things that was bothering her in her life. Being a parent, trying to make sure you have a steady roof over your head, making sure everybody eats, making sure all the children are taken care of. And then you have your oldest who going to, I think it's Georgia State University, one of the colleges in Georgia. He was leaving. He was about to be gone this week, and just so much. There are signs out there, and I'm not saying we're all missing them, but somewhere we're missing them.
He took on her battles. To me, he felt like he was the problem, and she.
Thank you for listening to her.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're so welcome. Hey, that's what we're gonna be here for. We're gonna talk to each other. We have a lot of things that we have to get off our chest.
Right.
So we need to have an outlet.
Correct. I mean, a phone call sometimes can save a life. I mean, all have our moments. This morning, our sister, she had one, and guess what, baby? Whatever mental breakdown you have, if whatever number comes first, trust and believe.
I mean, I had a job, which we don't even know the signs. You never know the signs, and right. Now you have to really start looking at signs, because I remember one job. It was a couple of years. It was a long time ago. Where a young lady that was my coworker, she actually committed suicide. And what me and the other lady, she was giving away things that we didn't really pay attention to. That's what she was doing, because she had a dollhouse. She gave it to somebody. It was like she was always giving something away. We learned that weekend she blew her brains out. Right before her and her husband was divorced, and he had the kids for the weekend. And right before he was dropping the kids off, she killed herself. At that present time, we was dang, we never seen the signs. But that was one of the signs that was giving away valuable things. We didn't pay attention to her giving away valuable things. We thought, okay, the kids outgrew it. This is something, we thinking that's what's happening, reason why she was giving away. No, she was actually contemplating suicide. And what it was is the guy that she was dating, he was abusive. Oh, wow. We didn't know that. He was very controlling. And so, you don't know what, we have to pay attention sometimes to, we don't want to never get involved, but then we have to make sure we do pay attention to the signs as well. Right. So I guess my point is, when you draw that line of how you figure out, should I get involved or shouldn't I get involved? When you do get involved, right. Then you have those, you be like, you need to get involved, but it's too late to get involved. Right. So you got to try to you got to decipher when's the balance. When it is,
right. Because, not knowing, I would hate for someone to be having a conversation with me today, and then tomorrow, right after our conversation, me not hearing or picking the key words out, and something happens. That would tear me up inside, because I am one of the most sentimental individuals there is. And I mean, we all have a breaking point. I'm not going to ever take that away. We all have a breaking point, because we talked about one time, when does the strong get a hug? When does the strong be told it's going to be okay? Because we're strong, we don't get that. So when we say, oh, she was the strongest person I know, going back to my cousin, I told him, I said, she was like my hero. She was strong. But at the end of the day, she allowed things to consume her enough to where she wound up, getting on drugs. And it took her
over.
down, and she died. I mean, she didn't die from a drug overdose or anything like that. She died from HIV. And so that was a heartbreaking moment because, like I said, we had a whole conversation prior to. You came over, gave me a hug, smooches, and then I look up and you disappeared. Was that a sign? I don't know.
And it could have been a sign of goodbye.
Yeah.
You never know. Because people not going to verbally say, oh, because this is my thing. Commit suicide. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that.
Right.
But the ones that actually do it, there's nothing. They're not going to tell you that. Just like that woman that was giving away stuff, we didn't know.
Right.
We thinking it was just gifts that she was just like trying
to. Right.
Like everybody say, I'm going to clean out my house, so I'm going to give this away.
I got that real bad.
And so, but in the same scenario, in the same breath, she could have been doing the same thing, thinking, okay, we thinking she cleaned out her house, she giving things away, and the kids outgrown this. But in reality, she was actually contemplating to end her life, and she did do it. So, she was on the news. She stayed in Fort Worth. It was years ago. But workers, we was like, wow. Like, we never seen it. Like, we didn't see it at all. And we sit here like, wow. How could we notice this?
Right.
So then I think that's where, with the businesses, making people aware and start having you pay attention more, getting the hotlines out because they start making you aware of things because people were doing it.
And giving away free therapy.
Yeah. And they do have that at your job now. You call the line and you call and you go.
It's between your therapist believes that you need to go home. You need to go home. I mean, mental illness is so serious. And people think, oh, that person is on drugs because of this. I have learned in the years that most people who get on drugs or overly drink or an alcoholic is suppressing something. Mm-hmm. So where you should have been medicated, your drink or your marijuana or whatever drug is, it suppresses whatever is going on. So you believe that you're straight after you done hit a drink or you have done whatever extracurricular activity that you make a choice to do.
You're going to have the same problems
after it's gone. And I believe that's where that thirst and that quench for more and more comes. Because simple fact, you're trying to get rid of what's going on. But hearing voices,
it become an addictive nature.
Please tell for real. And that addictive nature is passed on to children. If anyone didn't know, it's passed on to children and their children and so on and so on. So I would prefer to stop at me. If there's something that, I'm not afraid to say, had an issue with a superior. And that superior kept riding me to the point to where she made me believe that what I was doing at work was incorrect. And it was correct. But, I mean, that pressure, it got so bad to where my hidden anxiety knocked on the door front face and got so bad where I thought I was having a heart attack, but I was wind up having a panic attack. And that attack was so bad to where I'm rubbing my chest thinking, I said, oh, my left side done went numb and everything that's going on. And, to hear that individual say, well, when you're done, you can leave. So it was okay for me to sit there and be in pain. But guess what? I kept sitting there. Particular time that individual didn't believe what I was going through was enough for me to take myself to a hospital. But when I got through with my work, I got up and I went, never forget, I went to Baylor Hospital and Baylor kept me. Baylor kept me for 3 days. I had made my blood pressure high. I had gave myself a migraine to where I couldn't even see. And they was asking me, what's going on with you? Is it home? I mean, the first place that they ask you about is home.
Yeah.
Is home safe? That's what they asked me. Is home safe? And I said, well, home is safe. I said, but my away from home has gotten a little overwhelming. And she was like, a little. A little is not, 189, 192 over 114. That's, you're trying to kill yourself. And I was like, I was just trying to get here. Because I walked over there, by the way. And when they kept me, the first thing they said was, we're going to have to give you, I think it was like something. And it was to keep you calm. So my paperwork said I should be at home for like X amount of days. I should give me that look. But not me. I went to work that day, the next day, which was been a Monday. And Tuesday. And I gave the paperwork and I said basically, hey, how are you, LaKendra?
I would have gave the paperwork. And
I gave the paperwork. It said that I needed to go home and I needed to be there at home for at least 9 days, just so that the medication could get me back to normal per se. But I didn't. I went to work on this medication, by the way, and it said that if I would come, that my production would be a lot lower. So to get a write-up, like 3 or 4 days later, to say the reason why we're writing you up is because your production is low. I turned in the paperwork that said that the medication that I was on was going to make my production low. In fact, I couldn't even drive myself to work.
At first, I would never be at work.
I couldn't even drive myself to work. At the time, my daughter was in high school, so my daughter had to drive herself to school. So just imagine that pressure me, I'm the adult, is putting on my child, because I'm still trying to make a living at the same time, thinking, well, my job is a sit-down job, so I should be okay. No, that medication, no one told me that when enough is enough. The verbiage came out of my mouth I would have never said on a regular day.
She really wanted to say it, so the medication made
it project. And I was, so from now on, I tell people all the time, if you on that's that fuck it all. Because it says it. You're saying anything, and you're going in. I'm for sure. I am for sure terminated. But
I've been off my 9 days.
But by God's grace, the other management that was in that area saw the signs and was like, hey, I'm going to need you to make a phone call. I made that phone call. That was probably one of the best calls I had ever made, not realizing that my life balance was off. So I was taking work home, bringing work home to work, and it was just piling up, and it made me sick. It made me sick. But I'm here to say that was a 9-day struggle, 16-day adventure.
It wouldn't have been 9 days struggle. I would have been in bed sleep. And they would have to figure out how to work without me for 9 days, because my doctor told me I was off for 9 days. And I dare you to write me up when I come. I would have dared, girl, did you not know what this says? Girl, I'll be all in the company by the time I got done.
Baby, at the end, some things did transpire. But I say that all in all, and I try to be as transparent as I can be, but I say that all in all, that sometimes we don't even know that the littlest things has triggered us to a whole different level. Because at that time, I didn't see the trigger. I didn't even know I was triggered. I didn't even know that I had allowed someone to get inside of my psyche to take me that far. That's something I try my best never to do, especially today. I'm not arguing. I don't want to argue. I who like confrontation. Pass it on. I don't want your demons. I say that all the time. I'm not jumping ship. So your demon not gonna get the opportunity to jump on me because I'm a step. And I pray that anybody that know me pray P-R-A-Y for me, and not
I don't need everybody praying for me because your prayer is not sincere.
Not everyone prayer is sincere. Oh, when you praying for me, I take it.
Mine's gonna be sincere. But if you're not sincere, please do not pray for me. I love
and it's funny.
Be unto you,
right? Because who put the everything?
Yeah, you would never. I put all that. And I know a lot of people don't even show up at my house.
Right. I don't even like extra. You know that my chi gotta be balanced.
Right.
If my chi not balanced anyway. Okay, so you said, LaKendra, you said it hits home. How does that hit home? I want to hear from you. You
like what hits home?
214-669-3660.
Because to be honest, it's a lot of people out there that's dealing, like we said, they are dealing. And kids, I'm gonna tell you like this: parents recognize those signs, but sometimes parents don't want to confess, you know,
Right.
you know, they don't want to say it's my kid, or no, my kid's not gonna have it. You know, so we as
Or
parents
shouldn't. My child shouldn't be like that. I take care of this, and my kid is
you know,
this.
and we don't want to take ownership that it's something wrong with your child. But we let it get in, your kid go off
and start
and doing who knows what. That's where these serial killers come in sometimes too, because they have those channels on, like, you know, because it be their mental issue, but it's because the parent don't want to say, oh, not my child, not mine, you know.
Look at Columbine.
Yeah.
How in the world can you have that many guns in my house
and I didn't know?
And I don't know. How many times can someone deliver something for you and I don't know? Even know what's in the box? Oh, I'm not that type of parent, honey. There is no doors locked at my house.
I know what's going on. I know what's in there.
That's cut open in. Point blank period. I don't know what you got going on. I don't know how. But that baby went in there and killed so many young people. He hurt so many people that day. And because the parent wasn't paying attention. I mean, come on now. There are certain things that we can catch as parents. We can take care of things as parents. Some parents don't want to see that. They don't have to see the signs. Somebody else and I already told you what the signs were. You just don't want to hear it.
You don't accept it.
And not accepting it is probably the worst thing you can do to your child. Said at the end, would you really want to be burying your child before you? Because I know I don't.
No, I would never want to bury mine. Because I feel like that my child should have I done lived my life to the point where I am now.
Where I'm at.
You know, so I want to give my child an opportunity to grow. It's good. I call my son I got a son. He's 22. I call, you good?
Right.
And he was like, yeah, I'm good. You know, he works all the time. So I still, as a mother, I'm checking on my child because it's still my child. Because the way the world is going in society, I don't know.
That's right.
He's out on his own. He's doing him. I'm glad that he can stand on his own 2 feet. Because I've taught him how to stand on his own 2 feet. He know what to deal with, what not to deal with. But then the world still can't get the best of them. So of him, whoever, I'm going to say, hey, what's going on with you? Right. I ain't heard from you. Are you good? What's happening? You know, if I don't lay eyes on you,
I need to at least hear you.
That point.
It's a funny thing when we say that because my to Missouri. And I found out that Missouri did not have the phone service that I had. I changed my whole phone. I've always been an LG girl. I changed from G to iPhone just so I could see him. I want to see your background. Where are you at? Are you good? You say you good? Let me see how good you are. You say you in bed? Let me see the bed. Because, you know, sometimes he's young. They love doing things they ain't supposed to do. No way.
We were stupid.
We was
dumb. At 22, we didn't care.
Exactly. Our parents didn't have this to keep up with us.
We had a phone booth at quarters.
And baby, please
and a beeper, because you had to beep. When you got that beep, you better stop what you're doing and call.
For real. I know that's right. LaDonna says amen to that, sis. And I agree, these days parents should check on their kids daily. For real. I will call him and you good? I have a son. He's 22 and he's in the doggone army. And I still, hey, you good? Did you eat today? You know, because in the army, they moving so fast that now he will miss dinner. And then, of course, he's trying to do other things to make his stuff elevate when he leaves the army. So he's concerned with his exit. So with that being said, have you ate? When was the last time that you did something for you, son? Did you get the opportunity to, check out what you need to check out? Sometimes we have to remind them it's not being, an overprotective hen.
That's what they think we are.
Right.
Because we the mama.
It's not. I just want him to tell you, and I'm a contest to say that I will do too much. And I do not know sometimes what the limit is of stopping. So you have friends. And you have your mate, and they tell you, good night. I even have some extended mamas that's like, you need to go to bed, and you need to eat better. And the job can take care of itself, but you need to eat lunch.
Because this is how we look at it. At the end, that job is still going to replace you.
Correct.
But you cannot replace yourself for being a parent to your child. Now, I can't replace that. I can't, but my thing is, I feel like for my son, even at 22, he's a male. He's still gonna not tell mommy
Correct.
everything. He's not gonna do that. But I feel like we have an open relationship enough to, if I know something wrong, because I can hear it in the voice.
Correct.
I can hear, oh, what's going on with you? The patterns change. I understand something's not right.
Correct.
That's where we come into play. Look,
Right.
I'm coming to bat. I'm coming to battle.
Right.
Now that's when you see the boots come on.
We get out the car. Hey, and bring you some food, because we really want to be in your business, but we don't want to be in your business. We just need to see you. Make sure you're good. Make sure that you are okay. Because society already slams our young men, and they're them unless they meet the right woman. And yes,
and then you have those women. I mean, that's a whole nother subject.
Yes,
but we're gonna stay on the suicide. I feel like
just to keep our men from, because that seems to be the high number.
They keep everything bottled up.
Yes, they don't want to talk. Heck, therapy is a no for a lot of African American people. But hey, at the end of the day, you got to get that off of you. Everybody is not a good ear. What did Herman say? They're grown. They're still your children. Yeah, they are still. There's a song that say it was played on my favorite, Creed 2, and she sung it when he was walking out, and she said, "I will go to war." That is me when it comes to my family. Go to war for them, because some men, as strong as you are, hey Rita, as strong as you are, still need someone back. And I just feel like that is what God made us for. So, with having issues like that, talk to someone, anyone. Getting overwhelming.
Pick up the phone. Don't call the negative Nancy now. Don't call that person.
Please don't call the one who always have an issue.
But I want to just talk to especially the parents, now, even the young parents now. There are signs that is out there that we overlook. Cause like I told you, the incident with the lady at the job that we didn't know. Check on your kids. Go to their room. Sit down and have a conversation. I'm telling you, my son can tell you, we play video games together. I'm in there, he and high right along with his friends and buddies. So we talking about whatever because I make them feel comfortable. Even up, we played basketball outside. We did all kind of crazy stuff to feel free enough they can come to you about something. Yes, we're not going to be there for everything because they're going to have to learn how to deal with and cope with things. But that's where you teach them how to deal and cope. You get them the coping skills.
Right.
A lot of people don't have those coping skills anymore. You want to know why? Again, we go back to that communication piece. Communication now is this, electronics. Your phone over there today, tomorrow, son. You want something to eat tomorrow?
Why you can't come in my face? Don't ask me nothing.
If we're in the same household, I'm coming to your room, knocking on the door. What you doing? Why you ain't blah blah blah? If we're not in the same household, I'm going to call you. Hey, what's that?
Mama cooked. that's the key right there. Yeah. Mama cooked. You can get your son there quickly.
Oh, they at the door with clothes and washing everything. For the young ladies, I never had the opportunity to have another child because I didn't want another one. But I didn't have no girl, But I feel like even with the nieces that I do have, I could cope with certain things and teach them not to be involved in a lot of things, because when you get involved and you start consuming other people's problems and people start taking their problems on, that's when that's the spirit, that's that bad spirit, and then the health start going down, then you get all this negative things going on in your head. That's where the negative stuff start happening with the kids as well.
I mean, one of the biggest things that I didn't think was real until like seeing it and experiencing people who actually had it was paranoid schizophrenia.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did. I just thought that maybe people was just doing BS until I met a young gentleman who had it. And it took a huge toll, because I was thinking maybe they just putting him on medication. No, that's a need. That medication is truly needed.
That's a true chemical imbalance.
Right. What I have learned is that if the medication makes you sluggish, it is too strong for you. So talk to your doctors, because I know there's a lot of folks out there who have mental illness and they won't tell someone because they fear that an individual will leave them alone, or they may lose friends, or whatever it is. But somebody got to know. Somebody got to hold you accountable to save yourself, because has to be kept balanced. And if it's not kept balanced, they can really hurt you. Not intentionally, can hurt you physically, mentally, and that physical is scary. They make threats that they will keep and honor, and just thinking about it got me.
It's draining. Period.
It is,
regardless if you have to deal with a person of that nature, because especially when you are very compassionate about a lot of things, and they would take that, they could drain that compassion. So you have to be careful.
They can make a positive situation
very negative.
Be negative, because again, that's that chemical imbalance that's out for and how it's connect. So where it's supposed to have it doesn't. It's a friction. So that's where the friction comes in, straight out of their mouth. I know a couple of people like that, and yeah, they're scary. And they'll say something, and you're thinking to yourself, "Now, why the heck would you say that?"
Now, 3 voices: Rochelle, Nicole, and Shell. Them the 3 voices that talk to her crazy ass, because she crazy. This girl be crazy. But the one voice this voice tell her, girl, you better quit all that craziness. And this voice like, girl, boo. I don't have no voices.
Now, I always say I got some different personalities. I won't say no voices, but I do have different personalities. But
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to talk to myself if I'm peed old. Yeah, I'm going to talk to myself. I got to calm myself down.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that. Herman said his niece committed suicide a few years ago, and she had become severely paranoid. Prior to that, we saw to long sentences. I can't see everything that you say. I do apologize, because I try to read everything off, but I do sympathize with you on that, because that's things that we can't see. You can have a frown on your face, but you're talking to them, but you're frowning about something you're reading, and they will swear it's geared to them. Or you could be you got something, or you on your giggle about something past, and they think